Hey Jill and Emily, this is Donnie. I wanted to give you a quick, some quick tutorials on iContact. Probably break these up in a few different ones for the sake of time, and so you can watch them at different. You don't have to watch one real long one. Okay, first off on iContact, this is after logging in, you're going to get to the welcome screen, which gets you to this, and it gives you some statistics and so forth, some tutorials here and gives you some idea, etc. It also tells you some of the list, and I'll get to this one right here, Test Donnie, here in just a minute. There's some other things that you've got related to your account. One of the things that I like is it gives you kind of the last message. So whatever the last message it gives you some percentages and stuff that you can see what bounced emails you got, open rates and forwards and things like that. And so it's a real nice little feature. You can also find that information if you go to the tracking. You can track your last message and click a full report, and you can click here and look for the bounces, and you can look for forwards and even clicks. It tells you how many clicks, and here's how many click instances. Have never figured out how to get drilled down to exactly which clicks, but maybe they will come out over time with that. I guess it does show you some things up here about where exactly they clicked, but it'd be nice to know where they went to after that. But that may be asking too much. But anyway, it gives you some idea of what we're talking about. Okay, so first things first, we'll go back to the welcome screen. This, we're going to show you, is under the settings. I would really suggest that you not change anything under account settings or user preferences or custom fields. The only thing you need to do in this particular field or this particular screen are the campaigns. Now up here you might have to ever change billing information or some other things, but primarily this is what you're going to see. Um, Campaigns. If you click on the My Campaigns, I'll show you what we've set up, and then we'll go to another tutorial here in just a minute. We've set up multiple campaigns here based on the multiple email addresses that you see listed. Currently, we have one for Deborah, a Doug and Mimi one, an Emily, Jill, and Liz. Obviously, the BDMs have Liz and Doug and Mimi and Deborah. And then we've set up the ones for Emily and Jill. Each of you now have one. If you ever wanted to go in and edit those, let's say someone's name got changed or someone's email address got changed, this is where you would change that. Okay. The other thing you want to look at doing is when you set up, and you probably won't have to set up any new, I'm maybe scrolling too fast, sorry about that. If you ever have to create new campaigns, you would fill out the same information and put the name, and this is just whatever you name the campaign. It's more for internal description. This is where you want it to show up from, so when someone receives an email, they know who it's coming from. This is the critical one, is the email address, and all of these have been set up with the .net. It defaults to this. We want to allow icon. We want to allow iContact to track clicks. We want to use the mailing address that's on file. And then lastly, these are the two subscription management options, and or the one subscription management and the forward to friend. They usually default, I believe, like this, where you have manage your subscription and forward to a friend link, no forward. You can change these to be, whatever at the bottom of the emails that'll come. I kind of like to manage your subscription. It doesn't blatantly tell people that, hey, click here to be removed. You're not trying to keep people from doing it, but the more people remove themselves, the less impact you have. So I'm not trying to make it completely difficult for people, but I don't want to make it too easy by saying to be removed here. And I guess there's different languages and stuff too. I'm going to hit manage your subscription. That kind of makes it more professional, and allows them to manage their subscription with us. And then the last thing will be the forward to a friend. I always want to have the ability on here to forward to a friend. I either like this one here or this one here. For some reason, this one here, I just can't get my arms around that big old box. So I like to have that one there. It's a little simpler, but this is my preference. You may choose to have this here, whichever one. But I'm going to set it up for those right now. And I believe this is Emily, this is yours. You'll save that. And all of these campaigns have been set up that same way. And this is real critical that you have your campaign set up first. So if you're going to send out a message, let's say you want to set one up for Shalee to go out under her name, and you want to send out a candidate spotlight or a newsletter. The very first thing you have to do before you do any newsletter or do any writing of a candidate spotlight, you must go into settings and then create a new campaign. So when you create a new campaign, this is where you'll do that. You'll have all the names, and then this is just internal name. Again, this is the name that shows up, and the email address, your subscription management, and friend management. I'll cancel that for now, but that's where you'll show up. You have to do that first. And in the next tutorial, I'll show you why that's so important. I'll be back soon.